Mark making is one of the most enjoyable techniques in gel printing. You can use any item in your home that has a texture and that you don't mind getting paint on to make marks on the gel plate. Just be advised to not use anything sharp so you don't scratch your plate. Watch the rest of this video to see what interesting items you will get to see me use today to make marks. For this video, I'm limiting myself to only using System 3 paints. They're definitely one of the best paints to use, but they're also more expensive. Let's start by making a background. I'm using sap green and cadmium yellow. When using two colors, you have the option to either mix them up completely or you can keep cleaning your brayer when moving from one paint to another so you keep them somewhat separated. This gives you some very interesting results. And remember, the paper has to make contact with the paint. You can use your hands or a clean brayer to do this. Let's use a lighter color for the second layer. This is buff titanium. And look at that. We're using a Lego base to make the marks. This is definitely one of my favorite tools and you end up with these striking polka dot impressions in your paint. Add a bit of pressure to make the mark, but not so much that you end up denting your plate. Next up, I have something I put together myself. Yes, you can very easily make your own mark making tools and have so much fun with it. If you're interested, I can make another video showing you how to make such tools. Just comment below and let me know. Let's add some masks as we don't want to cover the entire background layer. This gives a soft, subtle look. You can see the polka dots and see that the background is showing through a bit more where the marks were made. Check the ghost print. That looks so pretty. A circular pattern with polka dots. I definitely want this to show, so I use a darker shade of green. Pretty good chances that if you're into crafting, you might have some rubber stamps lying around. These make for some amazing results. I love this one as it is a script and it looks like there's tiny text on your print. Probably should have chosen an even darker color for more contrast, but honestly, I'm really liking the subtle effect. If you look closely, you can see the script in the pattern. I figured it is now time for some actual contrast. The paint we are using is lamp black. And check out our mark making tool. It is a comb. And you can not only use it to make straight lines, but if you use it both horizontally and vertically, you get this lovely grid pattern. How cool is that? And did you even think of bubble wrap? Who doesn't have bubble wrap at home? And it makes such a fantastic pattern. You're basically using these items to lift paint from certain areas, which leaves behind a distinctive design. Let's add a mask once again as we don't want black all over our paper. Oh my god, just look at that incredible pattern that is coming through. It is stunning. This is by far one of my most favorite prints ever. I think I'm going to get it framed as is. We are left with an edgy, grungy ghost print. So why not pick it up with cadmium yellow so we can get a bold contrast. Oh, that has turned out beautiful. Let's make another print. Once again, I'm using a DIY tool and also coming back to the Lego base for those polka dots. Since this was a darker green shade, it works on a scripty background that was a lighter green. A lot of the ghost print got taken off by the stencil, but let's get whatever is left onto our grungy yellow background to add a bit more depth and interest. And I would like to remind you at this moment that while it looks like I'm picking the paper immediately, I am not doing that. I give it a minute or so to dry. How much time you will require will depend on the weather and the paint you're using. For the next print, I wanted a darker shade but not black. So I mixed Wedgwood, which is such a lovely shade, with lamp black. The result is a really nice shade of grey. Can you tell I love this rubber stamp? And oh yes, I'm going all out with the marks using bubble wrap. And then the comb. Why leave anything out? And now it is time to add this contrasting color to our so far all green layer. So much more interesting than earlier. Also, never waste a good ghost print. Let's try it with the Wedgwood color, this time without mixing it with black. I'm using another one of my handmade marking tools which adds these lines. What a cool grungy print we get. But let's add another layer to it, this time in buff titanium. Let's also add these polka dots all over the plate. The best marks are made when the paint is not very wet, but before it dries. So you have to move fast and make sure you're done before that happens. See how much more dynamic it makes that print? You add more layers, you add more depth, and the print just takes on a life of its own. And same result when we add the ghost print to this one. So much more depth, so many layers intertwining with each other. Here are all the 4 prints we made today. Now you can make even more creative prints using mark making stencils and masks together. If there are any specific techniques you want to learn, definitely let me know in comments below. I would love to hear from you. And if you never want to miss a video, please subscribe but also turn on all notifications, otherwise YouTube will not update you when a new video is uploaded.